Hi, I'm Silas Ruffner, and this is my project is Native Nature Nicer. I wanted to start my own flower bed, but I didn't know what type of flower pollinators preferred, native or non-native. So I want to know, what type of flower do pollinators prefer, native or non-native? My hypothesis is if I grow native and non-native flowers, then the native flowers will attract the most pollinators because they have adapted to survive on them. It's an evolutionary advantage for the local pollinators to keep going with what they've been for years. So then my procedure that I did is that I rototilled 2 sections, made sure that there were no rocks because rocks contain minerals and salt, and that can contribute to plants' growth, and even if they grow at all. Made even rows and then planted the flowers into separate sections, native and non-native. I watered every day, and if it rained I wouldn't water that day because I might drown the plants. And then I would observe the insects on the plants and record what I saw and other insects that weren't pollinators, bees and butterflies, because it's just interesting to know what else comes with them. Like sometimes dragonflies and hummingbirds would visit, but they wouldn't add to any data or anything. And then I weeded as needed, so to keep competition out of the bed. And then the materials you are going to need to do this project is 14 different species of flowers, 7 native, 7 non-native, and I would prefer that you would use ones that are similar in color and flower type to see if those tribute to what pollinators prefer. 2 sections of soil with the same amount of nutrients. A rototiller to rototill the sections, a hose for watering, and then a journal, a pencil, and a chair for observing. Now this isn't a material, but it would be smart to walk around every couple of moments just to see everything, because when you're sitting in a chair you can't always see what's going, especially behind the flowers. And then here you can obviously see from the data that they preferred native over non-native a lot. But on the other hand, if you look at butterflies, they did not seem to care. They had no preference. So here are just pie charts, more accurate data. So the butterflies 50-50. But over here at the bees, you can see that native was almost 95% liked by bees. Only non-native was 6%. So the results were that native and non-native had the same amount of butterflies, 7 and 7. However, the bees were very different. It was 96-6. They loved the native. They preferred native over non-native. So 96-6, that is 16 times more native than non-native. So in conclusion, my hypothesis was correct. The bees overwhelmingly loved native over non-native. However, my hypothesis was also incorrect because butterflies did not seem to have a preference, and my hypothesis was that the pollinators would overwhelmingly love native, not just bees. So with this data, we should plant more native flowers to decorate around to maintain a healthy bee population. Because I don't know if you've heard, but bees are dying at an alarming rate, and scientists have no idea why. So it's safe to plant a couple flowers here and there to bring in more bee population. So next time I would like to repeat this experiment in different locations to see if climate, location, and surroundings tribute to what bees and or butterflies would prefer. Next time I would also like to only do bees because butterflies did not seem to have a preference to native or non-native. Next time I would like to also start my own beehive to bring in more of a bee population. This isn't part of this chain or anything. It would just be nice to bring in more of a bee population. Thank you for viewing my science fair, and I would be happy to get any calls. See you then.